My brothers, what use is it for anyone to say he has belief but does not have works? See, a lot of times people start there, but you need to know the context of what's going on here. He's saying you have belief, but the fruit doesn't show the belief. Now he's talking more generally. You claim to be of Messiah. You claim to be following the creator of the universe, but because of partiality, the works aren't there. Okay? So this isn't just a works versus grace argument, although it does kind of fit into that sort of place, which is really funny because it's not works versus grace, it's works and grace, and people don't know what grace means. So go listen to the teaching, The Search for the Doctrine of Grace. I'll give you a hint. It's merited favor. The opposite of what you were taught. How shocking is that? Okay? Another thing the church taught you backwards. It's merited favor. That's why works and grace go together, because it's your works that merit the favor. He's talking about salvation by works. I didn't say the word salvation at all until just now. Salvation has nothing to do with it. Well, it has everything to do with it, but nothing to do with it. In other words, Yeshua, for all you new people, he died. It says he gave his life for who? The whole world. Does that leave anybody out? No. Is that only for the set-apart people? He said the whole world. All of them. All of them that ever lived or would ever live. Not just everybody alive that year when he died, right? Everybody. Previous to that and in the future. Doesn't leave anybody out. So at that moment, salvation was made available to all. All that ever lived and all that ever would live. I said made available. I didn't say they all had it. It's made available. Can we all admit that not everybody ends up in the kingdom? What is the difference between those who make it and those who don't? Their works. Because the works are connected to the reward. You reap what you sow. The reaping is based on the sowing. We want eternal life. There's certain sowing that has to be done to get eternal life. Now, without what Yeshua did, there was no option. There was no eternal life. Do you understand? I'm sorry. That's why I said salvation is everything, but it's not connected with this the way you want it to be. It's already there, sitting, available to everybody. But you got to learn is what you need to do to take advantage of that, to make use of that. That's where belief comes in. I wear tzitzit, I keep Sabbath, I eat certain things because my belief is that those works will bring me the reward I'm looking for. I already know and believe that he did what he had to do, so that reward is even available. If Yeshua had not done his part, there is no reward. Okay? That's not minimal. I mean, that's the hugest thing there is. There is no reward without his death, burial, and resurrection. Period. But whether you get to have it or not, which Christianity is completely dead set against, is that it depends on you. Christianity is all about taking all the burden off of you. No personal responsibility for anything. Okay? All bad things the devil did, all good things Yeshua did. That's it. You are just, I don't even know what you are, like just an object of something that was put there for whatever purpose. Okay? Because apparently what you do doesn't really matter as long as you recognize he's Messiah. That's all you got to do. That's dumb. Okay? That's just foolish. What you do matters completely in where you end up. Okay? Now, it wouldn't matter had Yeshua not done what he did. Then what you did wouldn't matter at all. You would just die at the end of it. So we don't take lightly what he did, but let's not confuse what that means in terms of what we have to do. He didn't do a thing you have to do. And you need to receive that. Yeshua, our Messiah, did everything he needed to do. And he will continue to do everything he needs to do. He will absolutely, I promise you, okay, on whatever authority you believe he gives, whatever, I promise you he will not do a single thing you need to do. He will not do for you anything you need to do. He'll do some things you can't do. Can't is not the same as you need to and you can't, right? Oh, but I can't do it. Yes, you can. You need to do it. If it's really a can't, he'll do it for you. He doesn't want to just have you walk around with a bunch of won'ts. Because you're going to say can't when it's a won't, all too often. Knock it off. You were put here to do the work of becoming him. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to change you, your mess that you are, into that perfection. And you want to buy into that Christianity nonsense that he's just going to give it to you. It's going to be imputed to you. You're going to just die, and it's just like all of Yeshua stuff just gets, what's the point of all that? Isn't that dumb? Don't you realize how stupid that sounds? And if that were true, what's he waiting for? Because obviously you don't need to walk this life out in any way if it's just going to give it to you anyway. So what is the point of this ridiculously awful thing we call life? And it is pretty awful at times, right? The point is, it's a training ground for you to do the work of transformation. But guess what? You're not going to do any of that stuff without belief. Okay? Listen to the teaching, Are You Saved?, which talks about the relationship between salvation, faith or belief, and works. So you know how they're related to each other. Salvation makes everything possible, potentially. Belief that potential is out there motivates you to do the works, which actually earns you. Yes, you get to earn this. You must earn it. Oh, we can't earn anything. We're just blah, 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 blah. Fine, then don't go. Don't do it. Just go in the lake. Okay? No swimsuit will help you for that, by the way. Not an asbestos one or anything. Just go in the lake. You have to earn this. I didn't say you have to earn salvation. You have to earn the reward. Reward is something that's earned. Go to Romans 2 and read where it says, you will be judged according to your works. That's Paul, by the way, in Romans 2. Some to eternal life. That's a reward. That's a reward based on you'll be judged according to your works. So your works lead to reward, which leads to eternal life or condemnation and wrath. That's Romans chapter 2. So for all of you saying, oh, no, that's Paul. Straight out telling you how this works. Okay, now don't get this confused. Okay, so it's 2 starting like verse 5, okay? And it goes to like verse 9 or 10. Just so you know where that is. Look, this is where belief matters. We do based on what we believe. We don't do based on what we believe. If I have to do it, then I'll do it. If I don't have to do it, I might not do it. Because we're motivated by what we want, what our preferences are. Do you want to please him? That's a motivator that gets you to do a bunch of things you wouldn't normally do. But those are all works.